This is Discover 4 end of course mock Ielts speaking test. Hello there.
Hello, teacher.
Can you introduce yourself for me, please?
My name is Phương. I am 12 years old. I'm in class Discover 4.
Where do you go to school? Where do you go to school?
In Gozai.
In Comzone. Okay. What's your favourite subject at school?
My favorite subject at school is science.
Science. Why do you enjoy science?
I'm interested in watching animals and plants, so I like science.
Okay, good. Excellent stuff. Okay, so have fun. There's going to be 3 different parts to this test. First part will require me to ask you some questions. Second part will be you making some notes and then talking about a subject for about a minute. And the third part will be me and you having a bit of a discussion about the second part. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to come across to the first part. So the first part here is about advertising. So is there a lot of advertising in Vietnam?
From my personal standpoint, I think there are a lot of advertising in my country because if you watch YouTube in Vietnam, there will be, I think, about 3 minutes and you will have an advertising. And if you don't want to have advertising, you have to buy the premium.
Okay. What you personally, what kind of advertisements do you enjoy?
I am interested in the advertise that have my favorite music or there's music in the advertise, so I can feel that I can listen to all the advertise.
Is there what kind of products do you like to see in advertisements?
For me, I like to see foods or drinks in the advertise so that I can feel hungry.
Okay. Have you ever bought something that was in an advertisement?
A lot. I have bought a lot of things from the advertise, and my mom will sure that she will bought like me too.
Okay. Why do you think you end up buying things that were from advertisements?
Can you say again?
Sure. Why do you think you buy things that were in advertisements or advertisements?
I think when they advertise some things, I will watch carefully. So if there's very good and I see many people buy it and say positive things about it, I will buy the things from the advertisement.
Okay. Do you think that advertisements or advertisements are better in a magazine or on television?
I think it's better when you watch advertisement from the TV because there will be many ways that they can speak to you, and it is more exciting and entertaining that many people will like it.
Okay, good. Excellent stuff. Okay, so that's the end of part 1. What we're going to do is we're going to come and move on to part 2. So part 2 is going to be about a life-changing event. So in this part, I'm going to give you about a minute to make some notes, okay? What I would like you to do is I would like you to describe an event that changed your life in a positive way.
Change my life or person, people life or my life?
It says specifically your life.
Okay.
All right. What you should say is what the event was, when it happened, how it changed your life, and explain how you felt about this change at the time.
Really, the time that has happened?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
The time the things was invented or the time is?
So it says here, you need to say what the event was, when it happened, how it changed your life, and explain how you felt about this change at that time. Okay? I will say that it does need to be a positive thing. Okay? Do you have any more questions?
No.
Okay, I'm going to give you a timer for a minute. If you can make a start for me, please. Okay. Have fun. Whenever you're ready, can you tell me about your life-changing event, please?
I think the event that changed in my life is the airplane. I don't know the time when it's happened, but I think it's in the 18 or the 19.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there's many advantage from the airplane that's changed my life. It changed my life that I can travel to many places, and I have people that like to meeting new persons and discover different cultures and destinations. Uh, then also we have the job for many people,
Mm-hmm.
and I also want to be the flight attendant when I grow up. This is a good event that help me to know what I want to do in the future,
Okay.
and we can have less time to go to the place and to the another, so that we can have more time to place and this experience that place.
Okay. Good. Excellent stuff. Okay, so we're going to move on to part 3 now. So, part 3, we're going to have a little bit of a chat about changes. Okay. So, how often do you think people in Vietnam change their jobs?
I don't think that is have a time that people just they just change their job when they feel like they don't really like it anymore and they don't have any feeling when they do this job, so they will change.
Why do you think some people change their jobs regularly?
I think that we don't have the feeling with it anymore, or they don't the job doesn't give them enough money to for their life, or just that they don't want it and they want to rest.
Okay. Why do you think some people stick with the same job?
I think that is their dream, and they
Okay.
have very work hard, study hard to have it, so they might stick with it, or just about the money is a lot, so they do that job.
Okay. Do you think it's better to stick with a job and and work through until they retire, or do you think it's better to switch jobs?
I in the middle.
Okay.
For the people, there's a positive when you stick with a job that you, when you stick with, you just work with it
Mhm.
for a long time until you retire, and you don't have to worry about when you will have a new job,
Mhm.
and the money is still there, and you don't have to worry when the money when your money when you have money or not.
Okay.
And on the other side, you change many jobs, then you have more opportunities to work with other peoples and others kinds of jobs, so you have more chance to experience new things.
Mm.
That is but I think when I think you just try to change job when you are still young and you still have many time to choose your way.
Okay. Good. Okay, so we're gonna move on to a little bit more connected here. It is about changes, but we're going to be talking about living in new places. So, why do you think that some people like living and working in different countries?
I think they work and live in a different country that their job have to go many places, or they just like to travel to many places to uh, see new things, and that they can try and understand more about other countries.
Is it something that you want to do? Do you want to live and work in a different country?
No, I just want to travel and see some of the famous things from each country.
But you always want to come back to Vietnam, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. What do you think are some of the problems that people might encounter if they live in a new country?
Can you speak slow down?
Yeah, of course I can. That's no problem. What do you think are some problems that people might encounter when they live in a new country?
There are many problems when you can have when you live in a new country.
Mhm.
That might be about the language, that you don't know anybody's or anything they saying about, so that you cannot spoken to other people,
Mhm.
so that they can know what you want to have, or just about the food
Mhm.
or the cultures that is not the same as your own country. So you might be shocked or a bit worried.
Okay, good. And do you agree or disagree that young people find it easier to live in a new country?
I think young people might feel a bit easier to live because they nowadays we have studied different language when we are young, so that when you come to another country, we can still speaking to other person in that country. So it might be easier to live, and also when we are young, we are more flexible that we can adapt it to that place.
Okay, have fun. Thank you very much. And that concludes the speaking test.
Thank you.